General ledger account posting. Start with number one, table one. Table one, we have to create cash. From posting from journal entrance, we have in order to prepare general ledger account, post each account in general ledger account to can get the account balance. This will use accounts balance. We will take this accounts balance to can prepare trial balance. Without general ledger accounts, we can't prepare trial balance in this case. So here we finish journal entrance, record all the transaction here. Then we will go over for the next step. Next step what? General ledger account. Next step to post each account in another table. So starting in order with cash. So general ledger accounts here, cash accounts, cash account, starting with, to be easy way to post, I will show you new one, date, debit, date, credit. This is the easiest general ledger account. Just date, debit, date, credit. You just have to record the when the transaction happened, which date happened, and how much the account. There is no any trouble with this. There is no any problem, any confusing when you prepare general ledger account, because most of the students, when to write to post each account from journal entrance to general ledger account, some make some mistake. But here I show you new way to can deal with the general ledger account, posting from journal entrance to general ledger account, each account. By what? Create table first in the order, create table with the account's name. We have account's name here in journal entrance, first one, call it cash. Cash account, the title of the account's name here, cash account, date, where is the first date for the cash? See, Jan 2, cash, and the debit side was the $50,000. So I have to record here, Jan 2, and the date, cash, debit or credit, in the journal entrance with $50,000. Debit. How much? So I will go over here under the debit side, under the cash table, record $50,000. That's it. Next, we have to looking for here over. Is there cash here in Gen 4? No cash. Okay, we have in Gen 10 cash. Cash here in the debit side, right? Cash here in the debit side. How much in the debit side for the cash? $20,000, right? So go there, record under cash account, date, Jan 10, $20,000. Jan 10, $20,000. Easy? That's it. Cash, how much is the cash? $20,000. When happened? $10,000. Debit. Okay? Okay, continue. We have to finish cash. Jan 12, we have cash? Yes, but here in this case, cash in the credit side. In the credit side, going down. How much cash in Jan 12? How much cash in the credit side? $2,750, right? So go there, record Jan 12 in the credit side. In the credit side, how much? $2,000, $750. $2,750 in the credit. Cash and date Jan 12. Cash, debit or credit there? Credit. How much? $2,750. I have to copy the amount paste here in the under the right side. Under what? Credit side here. In this case, cash in the credit side, cash in the credit side with $2,750 in Jan 12. In Jan 12. Clear? Okay. We finished Jan 12. We have 15. Also, cash here in this transaction in Jan 15 in the credit side with $3,000. Copy paste. Go with record Jan 15, posting Jan 15 in the general ledger account. C, looking for cash, debit or credit? Credit. How much? 3,000. So I have to record 3,000 in the credit side. 3,000 in the credit side. Jan 15. See, just to record the date and how much the amount and where is amount. In the debit side, I have to looking for the journal entry first. If the amount in the debit side, I will record in the debit side. In the amount, if the credit side, I will record in the credit side. That's it. There is no any confuse. Under the cash. And the record is my date. When this transaction happened. Okay? We finished Jan 15. Posting the cash. There is no cash here in Jan 24. Okay, what about Jan 27? We have cash. Okay, cool. Cash here, debit or credit?
Debit.
Debit. How much? 5,500. Okay, that means I will take this number, copy this number from the debit, posting in the debit side, $5,000. How? When? Jan 27. Jan 27. How much? 5,500. So, cash in Jan 27, cash in Jan 27, we have transaction cash going up by $5,000, 500, 5,500, 5,500. That's it. Easy. Next, we have any cash there? We have the last one here. Cash going down in Jan 30. Okay, cash debit, Jan 30. Cash debit or credit? Credit. How much?
6,000.
Okay, copy this date and post in general ledger account Jan 30. Copy this amount under credit side, posting under credit side. There is no any confusion. Jan, date Jan 30, $6,000. That's it. And count how much your balance. How much my balance here and how much my balance there. How much? 75,000? 500. We have to also record here also 75,500 and subtract debit side from credit side. We have to count how much is the credit side here. $11,750. Okay, $11,750 minus 75,500 will give us $63,750. $63,750. This is our debit balance or accounts balance. Okay? We will take this balance to prepare posting in the trial balance. Posting in the trial balance. Next, we finish this table. Next one, next account. What's call it? Computer? Right? Very, very small accounts here. Computer. Date, debit, date, credit. Next table we have computer. Here, computer in Jan 2, debit or credit? Debit. How much? $20,000. So I have to record the $20,000 in Jan 2, $20,000 under computer in the debit side. Jan 2, date Jan 2, computer debit or credit there, debit. How much is that debit amount? $20,000. $20,000. That's it. There is any computer we have in journal entrance, you have to check your journal entries. There is any computer coming in or going out here business? No. So that means we just post this account in general ledger account, just computer with $20,000. There is nothing here. So we'll take this balance, $20,000, take with us to record it in the trial balance, accounts balance. Finished. Number two finished. Number 3, table record 3, call it capital, right? From date, debit, date, credit. Small table too, because there is no a lot of capital here, as you see here in the screen. Owner's equity or owner's equity account, or we can call it capital. Both of them correct one. How much? Jan 2, starting with first of all. Nadine capital or owner's capital. How much here? Debit or credit?
Credit.
How much? 70,000. When? Jan 2. Okay, which one? We divided this capital by cash and by computer by $50,000 and 20,000. Both of them give me 70,000. If you wanted to record $70,000 directly, it's correct. If you wanted to divide this amount, as you see here in this screen, $50,000 and $20,000, also correct. But we will go over with the $70,000 totally, directly. In the credit side, $70,000 in the credit side, date Jan 2. And here $70,000 balance, accounts balance. That's it, finished. Capital finished, or owner's equity accounts finished. We finished this transaction, all the Jan 2, finished all these accounts posting in general ledger account. Go next step, go next day. Next day telling us Jan 4. Jan 4 here, we have new accounts office supplies. Office supplies, this accounts assets. And you recorded in the debit side. Recorded in the debit side in journal entries. And here, this account, Jan 2, in the debit side. How much? $4,000, right? In the debit side. I will create table for office supplies to post each account related to office supplies in the general ledger account. Next, number 4, table number 4, office supplies. Date, very easy way to post your accounts from journal entries and general ledger account to go with this method or go with this way. Date, debit, date, credit. That's it. You have to record the account's name here or above of the table. As you see here, office supplies number 4, starting with date, debit, date, credit. Okay, office supplies there in journal entries. Debit or credit? Debit. That means we will go here. Under the debit side, we will record our amount. How much our amount in the debit side for the supply? There, $4,000. When happened? Jan 4. So starting with the date Jan 4, and the Jan 4 happens this transaction. Office supplies going up. That's we recorded in the debit side by what? How much? $4,000. So I have to record here $4,000. Copy the amount and posting here under the correct side. That's it. Okay. Next, you check after that. There is any office supplies here in Jan 10? There is no office supplies. Jan 12? There is no office supplies. 15? No office supplies. 24? No office supplies. You will continue to check if you have any office supplies after Jan 4. You have to post it also in general ledger account. But we here in this case, there is no more office supplies we have. Okay, so we'll close this table for the office supply and go with the accounts payable. So, office supplies here, our balance, $4,000. Accounts balance. Okay? Make circle to use this accounts balance to post in or recorded in the trial balance. Number 5, table number 5, accounts payable, right? Starting with date, debit, date, credit. Okay, Jan 4, we have accounts payable, right? Jan 4, we have accounts payable. Accounts payable there in journal entrance, debit or credit? Credit. How much? 4,000. Okay, I will go over here. Start with the Jan 4 here. Jan 4. Credit side, I have to record the amount. For the accounts payable, we have accounts payable in the credit with 4,000. Accounts payable in the credit with $4,000. So $4,000. Very easy. As you record in the journal entrance, you post here in the general ledger account. Very easy. Okay, we have also accounts payable here. Let me check. Accounts payable. 15. Jan 15. Accounts payable we have in the debit side going down by what? By how much? $3,000. So that means I will record in Jan 15 starting date here, there, Jan 15, accounts payable with the debit side $3,000. I take this copy, debit side $3,000, put it in the under accounts payable. Jan 15 here. Accounts payable there in Jan 15, debit or credit? Debit, right? So how much? $3,000. Okay, $3,000. Jan 15, accounts payable with $3,000. Jan 4, accounts payable in the credit side with $4,000. We have any accounts payable here in the journal entrance? Accounts payable, no, there is no accounts payable. So we finish accounts payable. We have to count our balance to see which balance will continue with us to post or to record in the trial balance. Next step, as the problem telling us. So which part here, guys? Which side, debit or credit, more than another side? We have here in the credit side 4,000. We have here in the debit side 3,000. Which one more than another? So 4,000 here, the biggest side. We will subtract debit from the credit. 4,000 minus 3,000, 1,000, right? We'll put 1,000 balance under the biggest side. The biggest side here in this case, in this table, accounts payable in the credit side. So our accounts balance go here, $1,000 as a balance. Clear? Very easy? Okay, table number 6. What's the table number 6 name? Okay, here, Jan 4, we finished office supplies, we finished accounts payable. We will go to Jan 10. We have cash, already we finished cash. We have new accounts called bank loan. New accounts called bank loan. Bank loan in Jan 20, in Jan 10. Bank loan in Jan 10. Debit or credit? Credit, how much? 20,000. Okay. So that my table name, number 6, my table name here, bank account. Bank loan. Bank loan. My table name, bank loan. Date, debit, date, credit. Okay, bank loan here in Jan what? Jan 10. So, Jan 10, debit or credit? My bank loan, the balance is here. Credit, how much? $20,000. Okay, Jan 10, $20,000. That's it. Very easy, very small table. New table call it bank loan. I have to look the bank loan, debit or credit, and when the transaction happened. Our transaction happened in Jan 10. I recorded the date, Jan 10, and record the amount in the credit side because the bank loan there in the credit side with the amount $20,000. That's it. And my balance here in the credit side, $20,000. Accounts balance. There is no more bank loan here. After Jan 10, I have to check if I have another bank loan with amount, I have to post in the general ledger account. But in this case, in our record, there is no loan, bank loan. Okay? Okay. Okay. We have also surface revenue. Next, let's go the order here. Forget this, utilities. Jan 12, utilities expenses and cash. Utilities expenses, we have to create another table. Date, debit, date, credit. Call it utilities expense. Utility expense here. Debit or credit, Jan 12, debit. How much? $2,750. So Jan 12, my utilities expense in the debit side, $2,750. Here, Jan 12, my utilities in the debit side was amount $2,750. There is no any utilities bill on after Jan 12, right? So my balance, I will take this balance and the debit side, $2,750. Next, table 8. What's it called? Table 8. We finished utilities expense and we have already cash. Accounts payable finished. Cash finished. Accounts receivable, Jan 24. We will create table for the accounts receivable with $18,300 in the debit side. Jan 24. So the new table here, accounts receivable. Consists of my table date, debit, date, credit. Okay. Accounts receivable here in Jan 24. Jan 24. New accounts I will post Jan 24. Accounts receivable here, guys. Debit or credit? Debit. How much? $18,000, $18,300, right? So I will post this amount in the debit side and with Jan 24. Again, I will record the Jan 24 and post this amount under account receivable table in the debit side, 18,300. So start Jan 24. Debit side, account receivable there in the debit side, how much? 18,300. I will record 18,300. That's it. Next, if we will see to check. We have another account receivable here. Yes. Jan 27, we have account receivable, but here in this case, in the credit side, going down. By what? How much the account receivable here in the Jan 27? 5,500, right? Right, Chris?
Yeah.
Okay, so 5,500 here. So I go over here. I know my account receivable in this case in the credit side. So I have to go in the credit side, record my transaction posting here under account receivable. What's the date? Jan 27. So starting with the date Jan 27. And how much is the amount? How much is the amount? 5,500, right? And the credit side, 5,500. I post my account receivable in the date Jan 27. I post 5,500, posting or converting from the journal entrance here, as you see, under account receivable in Jan 27. This transaction happened in Jan 27 under account receivable. In the credit side, 5,500. So I record account receivable Jan 27. Post 5,500 in the credit side. There is any account receivable, more account receivable I have after Jan 27, you have to look. We have the last transaction here, Jan 30. We have the last transaction here in Jan 30, there is no account receivable. So I have to count my balance for the general ledger account. So, which side here, guys, the biggest one? Debit side $18,300 or credit side $5,500. 18,300 the biggest side. Subtract 18,300 minus 5,500 and the result will put in under the biggest side. Under the biggest side. Here I subtract 18,300 minus 5,500. And the result, I will put the result of amount, I will put under the biggest side. That's why we record our result here, 12,800 under the biggest side. The biggest side here in the debit side because we have this balance 18,300 more than 5,500. So that's why I subtract and get the result. I put it the number here under the biggest side. The biggest side here in the debit side. How much? 12,000 I will put here as accounts balance, $12,800. After I subtract 18,300 minus 5,500, the result give me 12,800. And I have to look which part, which side, the biggest one. Debit or credit? Here I know this side the biggest, more than the credit. That's why I put my balance here under the debit side, under the biggest side, and record it as an accounts balance. I will use this number with the red color, 12,800, to record it in the trial balance. Okay? Number 9. Table number 9. What else we have? So we finished account receivable. We have surface revenue. Surface revenue here in Jan 24. So we finished all these transactions. We finished all these posting from journal entrance to general ledger account. So now we will record or create table in general ledger account, call it surface revenue. Surface revenue in Jan 24 credit side with 18,300. So number 9, my table name surface revenue. Date, debit, date, credit. Right? Right, guys?
Right.
Okay. So, surface revenue in Jan 2014, 18,300. 18,300. Surface revenue here. Debit or credit, 18,300 credit side, right? So I have to record my numbers and my date, my numbers or amount and my date in the credit side. Which date happened? 24, right? 24. So date Jan 24. How much? 18,300 in the credit side. 18,800 in the credit side. So there is no any additional surface revenue happened after Jan 24. You have to check again. Is if you find any surface or sales revenue or any additional revenue happened after this day, you have to post also under the revenue. It depends the case. But here in this our transaction or our table journal interest, there is no more surface revenue after Jan 24. Jan 27, there is no surface revenue. Jan 30, there is no revenue, right? So we have to just count our balance. So our balance here in the credit side, accounts balance, 18,300. Okay, move on. What else? Cash already finished. Account receivable finished. We have the last one, table number 10. We will create table for the withdraw because we finished all the posting, all the transaction here from journal entrance to general ledger account. We finished. But we have here in the last transaction under journal entrance, we have transaction with the withdraw. So we will create table for the withdraw in the general ledger account with the $60,000. Okay, withdraw here Jan 30 in the debit or credit? Debit side, right? In the debit side because this withdraw. So how much in the debit side? $6,000. $6,000. I will copy this date, post in the general ledger account Jan 30, and copy this amount, put it under the debit side with the withdraw. Withdraw. The last table here, number 10, guys, withdraw. Consists of date, debit, date, credit. Okay, withdraw. Debit or credit in Jan 30? Debit. Okay, so Jan 30 here, I record my my date, Jan 30. How much? Withdraw in the debit side. Withdraw in the debit side. How much in Jan 30? $6,000. There is no more withdrawals. This is the last one we posted, okay? So how much the total I have to got as a balance? $6,000 in the debit side. This is my balance I will use. So we have 10 table general ledger account. We post all the accounts and in order, in journal entries, post in order by starting with the cash in the first table and ending with the withdrawal by ending our transaction also in the same date, Jan 30 in journal entries, and ending here also on Jan 30 in the general ledger account. By count all these balance, and we'll use for the last step or next step trial balance to get each balance here from each account recorded in our table, call it trial balance for the next step. Okay, cool. Anything, any question, guys, before to move forward for the next step? Okay, thank you, camera. Close, please.